Hey, want to thank you all for continue watching the SC-100 series. In this video, we are going to walk through how to set up a workflow automation for your account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the Logic app first. So when you go into the Azure portal, what I want you to do is come up here and type in Logic app. I already have it up here, so I'm not even going to bother doing all that. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click add. So I want to show you something though. So I'm going to create two Logic apps. I don't want you to create the first Logic app because it's incorrect, but I'm going to create it anyway because I want to show you what error you will get. So the Logic app for a workflow automation has to be a consumption one. So if I come over here and I click select, I'm just going to create something really quickly. Logic app 2345 won't. I'll just put won't because it's not going to work. And I'm going to leave it in Canada. No zone redundancy. That's fine. And I'm going to review and hopefully I don't get any error message. I didn't forget anything in the first part of it. And I'm going to create that. Okay, so that is being created. While that's being created, I am going to come over here and I'm going to go into a Logic app again. And this time I'm going to create it the right way. I'm going to make sure I go to consumption and I'm going to click select and resource group, RGECUS, YT for YouTube, Logic app demo. And I'm going to click create and create. Okay. So I've got two Logic apps being deployed at the moment. Once they are finished deployed, we will come back to the video. Okay, so this one is completed. This is the one that won't work because it's under standard. And this one is completed. And this is the one that will work. But I'm going to show you some of the stuff that you would run into. So we have both of these Logic apps being completed. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over to our Defender for Cloud. Okay, so once Defender for Cloud loads up, you're going to come down here to Workflow Automation. And this is where you would create your workflow automation. So over here, if you click down here, you can go to and select what's enabled, disabled. And over here, what's the options you get? You have the trigger types, the security alert, recommendations, and regular compliance standards, what I was referring to in the last video. So I'm going to come over here to add workflow automation. Now in here, I'm going to say test cloud scholars, and I can put a description, testing for YT, YouTube. And then here you have your subscription. So basically this is where the automation is going to live. So don't get confused thinking that, hey, it's only going to look at one subscription. This is just where it's going to live. And this is going to be East US or RG East US. So that's where the automation is going to live. So every resource within Azure has to be a part of a resource group. Same thing for a workflow automation. It is a resource, and what container is it going to be in? So I don't want you getting confused and thinking, well, hey, is this only going to look at one of my subscriptions and I have 50 subscriptions? Now, you want to make sure it's looking at all your landing zones. So here we have the Defender for Cloud data type. So here we can say security alert, and you can see what you get for security alert. These are the different options. Now, if I say recommendations, now I get different options here. So here I would get Defender for Cloud data type. I would say recommendation name. I have all these different recommendations I can go through. Let me back up a little bit because it might be a little confusing to see. I have all these different recommendations I can go through. Then severity, I have low, medium, and high. And in recommendation state, I have different states to choose from. Now, if I were to go to regulatory compliance standards, then I would have these different regulatory compliance standards that I have already established in my Defender for Cloud. If you remember in the earlier video, we went ahead and we added some more regulatory compliance here. So that is why. And then over here, it's letting you know failed, passed, skipped, so on and so forth. So we're going to go to security alert, and the name we're going to go for is suspicious. That's what we're looking for. And it's just suspicious logins. And then we can choose the severity. Is it low, medium, high, or informational? We'll leave everything checked off for now. So then now it says show logic app instance for the following subscriptions. So this is where you're now saying, okay, I want this logic app to be able to view for these subscriptions, and you could choose which one. So this is why I said to you, this is for where the workflow resides. And now this is going to say, okay, what events are we going to be triggered from? And these are the subscriptions. So we're going to choose all our subscriptions. Now, this is the reason why I created 2 logic apps, because I wanted you to notice something. Here, I need to tie my logic app because the logic app is going to be doing something for us. So if I come down here and I look, I see this YT logic app demo here show up, but I do not see this logic app up here, which won't work. And the only reason why that one doesn't show up at all is because it's under standard. Now, I see the one that does show up says non-triggable. So what could be the cause? So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to come here, and I just don't want to lose money. I'm actually going to go here and I'm going to stop this logic app. That's first. And I'm going to delete this logic app, which I could have just deleted it, to be honest with you. And I'm going to come here, and I'm just going to delete this. So let's just make sure we are saving our money. So that's the first one we're going to do. Then we still have this problem because this shows up, but it says non-triggerable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back up here, and I'm going to come up here, and I need to go into my logic app, the consumption logic app, and I need to make it triggerable. So how do I go about doing that? I'm going to come here and I'm going to click on add a trigger, and I'm going to make sure I type in HTTP. And then here I see when a HTTP request is received, and that is pretty much it. And I'm going to come back up here and hit save. Now, when it comes to logic apps, there are a lot of use cases. It can be very granular. You can get, there's certain things that you can get through. What I want to do is show you how you can get the logic app set up, how it looks, so that this way you can move forward and now go into more complicated scenarios. We are staying literally at the surface level here to show you how logic app and then also integrates with your Defender for Cloud workflow automation. Okay, so now that I explained that, I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to hit refresh. Now, once I hit refresh, I come here. Now my message is gone. There's no longer showing up there, and I click OK and I click create. And there we have our workflow automation for anything that's suspicious that happens for our accounts. Now, this is a lightweight setup. I just wanted to show you how things can have from a workflow automation, the Defender for Cloud, and then also a logic app, how there's a symbiotic relationship there. But there is a lot more things that you can do for logic apps. Very interested to see how you all are planning on using it. If you're watching this video, please leave a comment in the comment section just to say, hey, you know, I was watching to see how it gets set up. I was running into an issue. This is how I'm using it. Just out of curiosity to see what you all are using it for from a cybersecurity perspective. So that wraps up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. If you haven't done so already, please smash that like and subscribe button. I am doing this video for free, but I would like if you all can at least do that and hit the like, repost, or even post it on LinkedIn. And if you see me on LinkedIn, you can send me a message, say, hey, I saw your SC-100 course. I really enjoyed it, just connecting with you. Definitely always looking to network with other individuals. And I have an Okta course as well. A lot of people reached out to me about the Okta course and they really enjoyed it. So I planned on doing another course, which is the SC-100, because I was asked about doing the SC-100. So once again, my name is Kieran Tross. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, once again, smash that like and subscribe button. Here at Cloud Scholars, my goal is to get you from scholar to consultant, and of course, consultant to expert. Thank you, and see you next time.